krass.
They don't want you to read these books. That's why you must, Bratan. Some books entertain, and some books ignite the fire in you. These books were feared, banned, or buried. They aren't safe. They will change you, especially the last one. Fully wake up or go back to sleep. It's your choice. Number 1, The Gulag Archipelago by Aleksandr Solschenizyn. It is a story about a man who faced the full fist of the state and didn't break. A record of Soviet prison camps written by someone who survived them. The book was erased, censored, and hunted in the communist world. Solschenizyn was exiled. His words were smuggled out page by page. Why? Because it showed that tyranny doesn't begin with violence. It begins with normal people who stay silent, look away, and obey orders. This book gives you courage. Read it, and you'll never kneel again. Number 2, 1984 by George Orwell. It is a story about a world where truth is against the law, and your thoughts are not your own. History gets rewritten, and obedience is the highest virtue. 1984 was not published in the communist world, and even in the West, schools and institutions tried to shut it down. Too dark, too real, too close to home, Bratan. Once you read this, you stop trusting the news, and you start listening to your instincts again. Number 3, The Sovereign Individual. It is a story about the collapse of nations and the rise of the free individual. A roadmap for the digital age, written before Bitcoin even existed. No country banned it officially, but it was buried by media, ignored by schools, and dismissed by experts. Because it says clearly what the Suki elites don't want you to understand. You don't need them anymore. You never did. Read this, and you start building your exit. Number 4, The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. It's a story about how the Suki bankers created the Federal Reserve in secret, and how they've been controlling your money ever since. It was never banned by law, but it was mocked, censored by algorithms, and blacklisted by economists. They called it conspiracy, very convenient. This book pulls the mask of modern economics, and you'll never see a paycheck the same way again. Number 5, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. It is a story about a world where no one is oppressed, because everyone is drugged, distracted, and entertained. Ireland banned it for being anti-religious. US schools tried to remove it for decades. Why? Because it showed that pleasure can enslave better than fear. This book reveals the soft prison, the one made of comfort, not of chains, the one you are living in today. Number 6, Fahrenheit 451 by Bradbury. It is a story about a fireman who burns books until he decides to read one. A world where knowledge is illegal and screens keep everyone quiet. It was censored and removed from American classrooms. Too much conflict with community values. Too honest about censorships. Ironically, it's a book that got burned. This one will light a fire in your mind. Number 7, Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. It's a story about how reality isn't fixed. It flows with your thoughts, energy, and attention. a metaphysical manual for stepping out of the matrix and shaping your own life. Mainstream science ignores it. Too mystical, too independent, too dangerous to system of control. Because it teaches you to stop reacting and start choosing. This book doesn't offer comfort. It offers power. But only if you are ready to take responsibility for your word. Number 8. Medical Nemesis by Ivan Illich. It is a story about how healing became an industry and how that industry began making people sicker. Ivan Illich was blacklisted in medical academia. Too radical, too prophetic. This book dared to ask, what if modern medicine is the disease? This one won't just change how you see hospitals. It will change how you define health. Number 9. The Mass Psychology of Fascism by Wilhelm Reich. It's a story about how people give up freedom when they give up passion. With repressed sexuality, you become a zombie for the state. It makes us rigid, obedient, and easy to control. Banned in Nazi Germany, books burned in America. Reich was imprisoned, his ideas erased from history. This book will challenge your conditioning. It will show you that if you take some very primal emotions from people, you take their complete freedom. Number 10. The Egyptian by Mika Waltari. It's a story about an ancient physician walking through the corruption of empire, religion, and war. A novel that feels more true than history itself. Too controversial for certain regimes, too mystical for Soviet materialism, too honest for Arab nationalism. Some says Waltari didn't write it, he channeled it. This one opens your soul's memory. It tells you nothing has changed and everything must. Number 11. The Adam and Eve story by Chen Thomas. It's a story about the Earth's forgotten cataclysm, pole shifts, lost civilizations, a reset hidden in plain sight. The CIA classified it in the 1960s, only fragments released decades later. Why? Because it clashes with the official Suki history. This book won't tell you what to believe. It shows you that you can't believe in anything, and everything will change. And finally, of course, number 12, the Tyndale Bible. Tyndale translated the Bible into the language of the people, not for profit, not for power, for truth. The church banned it. Tyndale was hunted, betrayed, and burned alive. Because he gave the knowledge to the people, and knowledge is power and freedom. His translation used everyday English. He didn't just translate, he broke control. Do you know the King James Bible? It is censored. Tyndale's Bible preserved the Apocrypha, books like Wisdom of Solomon, Sirach, Baruch, Tobit. These texts show resistance to empire, critique religious corruption, and call for inner wisdom over ritual law. This wasn't just the Bible, it was a jailbreak. And the Word of God, the uncensored Word, will still break jails today, especially when you read it with like-minded, powerful people. That's why we have founded the Grimm Circle. Wisdom every day to break your chains. Together. Put away your phones and read. Read deep knowledge. Be honorable.